Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Today's Diary podcast. I'm one of your hosts for today, and my name is Brandon, aka NBA, aka Bijou. We are back again with another episode to bring to you guys. And in the studio with me, you've got Zina,
Hello.
aka Zizu,
Zizu, one and only.
ZZ. And at the back of the camera, you've got Ayo, end-to-end nation certified soldier.
Proud Tico Pekin.
Yes, proud Tico Pekin, number one. He's putting his finger of number one. In any way, we are glad to be here with you guys, and we are bringing you guys new content as we always do promise. Thank you guys for being there with us. We won't waste much time. We'll dive straight to our Did You Know? This time, I will start.
Oh, that's good.
I'm taking the lead.
Okay.
As a man, I'm a gentleman. It should be ladies first.
I was going to
But
say
let me take
gentle.
the lead.
Take the lead, Papa.
When the phrase "at the drop of the hat" came from?
What makes you feel I know the phrase?
That's what I'm trying to have you heard the phrase "at the drop of a hat"?
I don't know. I don't think so. It sounds like something I've heard of, but I cannot really.
Yeah. Anyway, this particular sentence that we do use today came from the idea where in the 1800s, right? Mm-hmm. Whenever there was a race, let's say the two of us want to compete, the normal thing would be that the person dropping the hat will stand on the opposite side.
Okay.
Then once, in order to signify you guys to start, he would take off the hat and drop it.
These days, they just blow a whistle.
Yes, they shoot a gun. So
yeah,
it's as it drops the hat, then you guys run. But now the phrase is being used to describe things that are not from the race necessarily. So you choose to describe a sudden situation or a shocking incident.
Like someone saying a heartbeat.
Suddenly, yeah. So, yeah. You used to describe so many different situations. That's where the phrase started from.
Okay. Well, that leaves me.
Yep.
Did you know that in the course of the day, your liver fluctuates in size? Like within a 24-hour period, your liver fluctuates in different sizes throughout the day, depending on what it's doing. Is it resting? Are you over pushing your liver? Is it having to break too much alcohol, for instance? It can inflate, it can deflate up to about 20% of its normal size. But in the course of the day, depending on what your liver is doing,
so
you fluctuate in size.
Depending on if you're eating or if you're not eating.
Yep.
So those of us that are snacking throughout the day, the liver is just floated like a
balloon. Your liver mainly kinds of purify toxins in your system, isn't it? So sometimes it's not just that you're eating, it depends what you're eating as well. Are you stressing your liver? You will not be stressing your liver from just eating vegetables and stuff, but you stress your liver from drinking probably alcohol because your liver. Yeah, I'm just giving an example.
So technically, I'm not fat. It's just that my liver is active.
What? So you think it's just your liver?
So technically, somewhere there's a technicality in there. I'm not fat. It's just my liver.
It's just your liver.
When you look at me, I'm just telling you my liver is active. So it's not my fault. You'll calm down later. Then I'll lose weight back. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
I'm not the medical doctor. I'm not the scientist that said it, but I can use it.
You're just the liver owner.
Yes.
Okay.
In any hue, let's dive into what we are today. They say money is the root of all evil. But then again, all of us are chasing money. As you chase the money is running away from you. You're chasing. My grandmother once said that, be careful not to chase the money so far. You say chase the back. The back will hold break, then you run and pass the back. Be careful your speed as you are chasing the back. But on this particular case that we want to discuss with you guys today, it's something that you should say wealth and affluence can turn sour, and it can turn to something negative depending on who or where it is being applied. And it's something that has been happening for a while in the football sector. That's the soccer industry. For those who do not,
I think it happens everywhere, even with normal people on their day-to-day life and how they interact with each other. We are just bringing this example today just to shine light on a problem which we believe each and every one of you have experienced, because we have experienced it.
Yes.
Maybe not in the same magnitude, but we have all experienced it.
In every 10 people, you'll meet someone that has experienced some sort of money issue with people.
Yeah.
In every 5 even. Especially those who are in the diaspora. They'll face 1 or 2. Either they have been duped, taken advantage of, misused, financially abused, or the families back home have done 1 or 2 things, or friends have done 1 or 2 things.
Money is a source of all evil.
Yeah.
Simple sentence with very deep meaning.
Yeah, you should give us the money first. We'll sort the evil later. It's the simple truth. Let the money come first. We'll pray over the evil. We'll have holy water and anointing oil.
You're not serious,
Brandon. Anyway, everyone is now saying Project Mbape, Project Mbape. But before Mbape, there was Paul Pogba. Can you guys remember?
Pogba.
Before Mbape, there was Pogba. When Pogba stands in the middle of the field of Manchester United or Juventus, no one could say anything.
Yep.
He had the whole thing on a chokehold. But unfortunately,
in his first 5 year of the first 5 year of his career, when we started hearing about Paul Pogba, like he was just having trophies, back to back. Recognitions back to back, best young player, best this, best midfielder, best player of the tournament, you know.
And like as young as he is, just the World Cup, there are players that retire without it.
I think,
and my idol doesn't have it yet. One of my
I was going to say Cristiano Ronaldo hasn't.
I'm not against anyone, but I'm up for Cristiano. He's my guy.
Yeah.
Let me just say it black and white out there like that. That's my C boy. Every time he delivers.
Yeah, but that's one thing he hasn't been, I would say, fortunate to have under his belt. But
we're coming for it.
Pogba did.
Yeah. So if you've been listening to the news recently, you must have heard of the case where the troubles he faced with his brother and the judgment that has been passed so far. Let us take you back to who actually Pogba is. Pogba is born in a family of 3, and he has 2 brothers that are twins. You have Matthias and Florentine Pogba. All of them are Pogbas. And their mother name is, I think it's Zoe.
I don't know their mother's name.
I will come back to you guys back with the name, so I don't give her a wrong name, please. Pardon me. Mama Pogba, please don't be upset.
Mama Pogba, don't be offended.
Don't be offended. But let us try.
If she actually watched this, that would be...
You never know.
That would be good, isn't it?
Yeah. It's we might be saying this and smiling, but it's an unfortunate thing because it's happening amongst brothers. And no mother would want to see that happen amongst her kids. She will be going through a lot right now.
Some people these days, Brandon, like that would be the normal thing that we all expect. Like no mother wants to see her children fighting or beefing each other, right? But this day and age, I will tell you, we even have some mothers who are the ones doing this to their children.
Yes.
We are just fortunate to be bringing this because it's been put out there to the on the news and everyone is aware of what is happening. But we have stories, especially like you mentioned earlier, people in the diaspora having families back home. I know people who have sent money to their parents to carry out project for them, and they have eaten that money. Like, there was one time I heard of someone who sent lots of money back home for them to buy a plot and build a house for him while he was here busy working and sending this money. And when he went back home to visit, and all along they are collecting this money and they are showing him pictures of someone else's land, someone else's house that they were building. So they just go there and take pictures and send that, oh, everything is going well. So they'll send video. And when this guy went back home and like, oh, excitement, take me to my house and everything. There was nothing. There was nothing. There was no plot. There was no house. There was nothing. And there was no money because they've squandered the money. So mothers, they are all doing it, so anyone can be affected.
This case, let me read something to you guys. So Pogba
Make it short.
Pogba is actually married to Maria Zule Pogba, and they have 2 beautiful kids. So, and Pogba, like I said before, has two brothers, Matthias and Florentin, both footballers, also playing in their own different teams. One is playing for Association Sportive Municipal, and the other is playing for Florentin is playing for FC Sochaux.
So currently,
Yeah, those are their
so
teams.
there are three of them, and all of them are footballers.
Yes.
Wow.
But Pogba is the most prominent.
Okay.
So Pogba's brothers, they all of them came from the Guinea nationals. So, but Pogba is of the French.
So they are from Guinea. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, are they from Guinea and they've all naturalized in France, or are they all French?
They are playing. The brothers are playing for the Guinea national team, while Pogba is playing for the French.
Right. Okay.
So their mother is Yoe Pogba. How do you call it? YEO. Yo, like Zoe.
Okay.
But with Y. Yoe.
It's okay.
I don't know how to call it from on their side, but my apologies if I don't pronounce the name
properly. Yo.
Yeah, if I don't pronounce the name properly. And this particular thing started when there was individuals that came to Pogba's house and they
scooped him. What is the problem now? So, I mean, everyone...
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to...
Okay.
Individuals that came to Pogba's house to scoop him away, saying that they've been offering him protection since the start of his career. Mind you, Pogba started his career since 2009 when he came to Manchester United. Then he played under how do you call it, first United coach, Alex Ferguson. Alex Ferguson. Then from there he went later on to Juventus. Then came back again when Mourinho brought him back again to Manchester United. So he played. So this at the time when the second coming to Manchester United, that was when one of the biggest record-breaking deals was signed, where he made a lot of money. His name was everywhere. So that was not. It's not that was his first time of being at United. That was the second time.
Okay, I actually heard I don't know if it's just rumors or it's true that they are trying to bring him back, even if it's on loan or
they're having a
for free trials or something.
Because they, how do you put it? The team he's playing for are actually trying to release him, so they're trying to get into a way where United can take him back.
Oh,
but without going into that yet, so. The people that came up to Pogba, this was orchestrated by his brother, and they came to him and said they have been offering him this protection since from the start of his career, and they want to be paid, and they are asking or they were demanding for more than £10 million for him to pay them. So that was extortion. They kidnapped him, picked him up from his apartment or the flat where he was staying at, and took him to a different place where they threatened him, told him all sorts of things. You can imagine being that at that status. Mind you, these are not strangers. So he wasn't just put like there wasn't a back placed on his head and he was taken away. No, these are people he could. He knew of. So you know when you make money, you want to go with your guys, you want to be with your people, and you carry certain individuals to a certain space, and you realize that they are using your credit card, which was what happened to Pogba. You realize that you're using his credit cards, they're taking advantage, using his name, going to eat in places and using his name to cash out on different things. Like, so he then released them like, we can't go no more. At a certain level, you have to realize that certain people you can't take above a certain height. So you have to drop them, especially those that they do nothing but consume.
They add no value to your life.
There's no value.
Nothing.
They're not assisting you. They're not helping you grow. They're not part of your team. Nothing. But they are just your voice. You're going to club, they are there. You want to buy one Versace shirt, they will pick the next one. And all comes from your bill. You get the brand deal, they think they are entitled to it. So those people now, those are the people that connive with his brother to say they've been offering him this. They've been protecting him. He's been going through France.
They need to pay for this protection.
So he had initially given them more than £80,000 first. For you're doing instrumental payment. Those guys they made him to do subscription. No, can you imagine?
Subscribe for protection.
Can you imagine? You do your online subscription for your Wi-Fi. They make Pogba subscribe 80,000. That's the most expensive subscription ever. 80K. Can you imagine? So, but unfortunately for them, Pogba
and those are I would say those were his friends because they were all together.
No, those are not friends, who are enemies.
Well, but before all this, he knew
they were just living as they are enemies disguised as friends.
Yeah, exactly. But these are the incidents that maybe made him realize the people he has been associating with. Because if anything, he thought, like, these are my guys, like you said. He was everywhere with them until they showed him this side of them.
Yes. And unfortunately, instead of these people being, let's say, they said friends, his brother was inside one of them. One of the people that was spearheading this particular thing. And it went to the extent where it was from physical threat to attacks and smearing his name in the public. And he actually dropped so many videos online. You can go to his page, go just check it on Instagram. You'll see the videos where his brothers had a one-on-one like conversation with himself, posting things and saying that Pogba is using juju to type Kylian Mbappe so that he will not perform in football. And though Pogba has refuted that, look at what Mbappe is doing. At the time when he was saying that, how can I be tying someone? The person is progressing even way more than me. That juju definitely is not working.
Yeah.
So I cannot be tying the person, and the person is progressing high every day, more and more and more, and we are even winning the World Cup together. So it does not make sense. So sometimes your enemies, if we even need enemies when you have brothers like that, do you even need to go and look at enemies outside? Just hold that one. Just hold him first. So being the mother of Pogba, you can imagine that she must have tried to settle this particular issue. Because Pogba, remember when the thing of DAP came, Pogba's mother was there in the fee, like doing the dapping with his brothers. I knew DAP because of Pogba. 1 goal, 2 goal. Now, unfortunately, now the DAP has gone, the culture has gone. And you must also understand that his brother must have been receiving some sort of monies from him, encouragement and all that, staying in different houses. Their own career is not as lucrative as his. But unfortunately, things have turned out this way. And the only way they could resort to get the money from him was through the threats and all the evil things that they could do to
him. Blackmail, threats and everything. So, I mean, it's so sad. It went on for so long and a lot happened. So, it gets to a point where sometimes you give in, which I would say for a long time, Pogba just gave him, like, I would say maybe he said it's family, right? So he kept giving until he was like, this cannot go on.
Yeah, it can't.
So he decided to put an end to it, and they got even more angry.
Aggressive even.
Yeah, so they decided to take matters into their own hands and said, if you will not give us, then we'll rather you don't have it at all.
Yes.
You get. So that's when they decided to ruin his career.
Yes.
So what did they even do? They put something, they spike his drink.
They from spiking drinks to other things that have done to him.
So much. He's still under, is it 4-year ban or what?
Unfortunately, they say sometimes when it rains, it pours. And this could not choose a worse time to happen other than at the time when he was going through career difficulties, from performance issues to where they had suspected him of doping. And this is not that he went and don't take it that he smoked igbo or went and did something on the side. No, it was actually a medication that was given to him by a professional as well, professional doctor. So it was something that is taken for help. But when you go and give your urine and stuff like that, it will show differently. And right now the case has been appealed such that instead of 4 years that he had a ban for 4 years, and instead of 4 years ban, it's come down to 1 year. So
4 years, no one will even remember you. But like a whole generation has passed. Yeah, 4 years in football.
The whole social media was saying that Pogba is that's the
end. You come out after 4 years, what happens to you?
You can't even.
Where do you even start?
When Mbappe and Jude Bellingham are there trying to break the back-to-back records, and they are giving people a Ballon d'Or back-to-back.
Yeah,
there will be nothing left for him. So
you're even saying unfortunately, it came at a time when his career was struggling. That's when we even got to know of the things that he's been dealing with. Mind you, before someone comes out and say, this is what I've been going through, or this is what is happening, especially if it's coming from someone so close, your brother, and again, his friends, it must have been happening for so long. He must have been dealing with all these things, and it has a way it will affect your
performance.
performance, right? Take it as
Yes.
your job.
Self-confidence
You
is
wake
gone.
up one morning, you're not feeling so well, or you don't have a good night rest. You go that day at work, you are not at your best. You
Yeah.
get, and then the next day you're probably tired. You're still not at your best. So if little things that happens in your day-to-day life can affect you in your job, what about him?
Yeah.
You get, so those things we might be seeing them probably maybe say 4 months later when he comes out to say it, but those are things that if you think about it, he's probably been dealing with them for the past how many months or a year before he was like, I need to say this in public. So,
and it's rather unfortunate that the internet has no sympathy. People that were jealous of his success and those that are there thinking that it's just fun they are making and they're throwing banter will say all sorts of evil things. I saw videos where he was trying to speak to someone and he was looking at the person from the stand and speaking. Someone dropped a comment and said, yeah, that's how the word I would say junkies behave. That's look at his eyes, look at the way he's looking.
You know, the way I see social media,
it's a space where someone just hiding behind of, if they could see you.
The way I see social media, each time when I look at this thing, I say people are just, I would say they are creating content. What they fail to do is they fail to understand that each word that comes out of your mouth is probably either building someone or destroying someone else's life.
Yeah.
So when you're saying all those things, you're probably just thinking about yourself, or okay, yeah, this will attract attention. Jokes. People will view this. People, will interact with my video and so on. But also think about the fact that video, it's probably just ending someone's career, or it's probably just destroying someone's life, someone's family. If you think about it like that, I'm sure you will probably do something different. Even though I know people don't even care.
Not even the video. They comment. They think you're that thing you're about to say and type, thinking is just for jokes. You're joking with someone's livelihood.
Yeah.
You're threatening his whole family, what they eat from. That's what you're doing. Because this thing is happening, is ruining their whole life. The relationship amongst brothers, the relationship amongst his friends and everyone, the mistrust, everything is just gone up in the smokes.
The good thing is they've, after long investigations, they've all been sentenced, isn't it?
Yes, they've actually all been sentenced.
They've all been, including his brothers, which is very good. They've all been sentenced. So they're actually paying for their crimes. Unfortunately, some of us will never pay for their crimes. Yeah. Some of the people, like I was explaining earlier, of someone working for years abroad, sending money back home, and the projects he was funding never existed. Those ones will never pay, I would say. That ones will leave them to karma, or probably they will just fall out and say, okay, you said, yeah, I've cut off my brother or my sister or my mom, whoever duped you like that. Well,
yeah, you have...
that's just one of them.
Yeah, in regards to the sentences, Matthias will be spending time under house arrest. The others have from 1 year up to about 8 years sentencing. Guys, it is sad that this has happened like this, but let us use this as an idea. For those who are saying Project Mbape, you're raising your kids to become like what Mbape become. Let this be a source of lesson that you would learn to know how to deal with your kids, that you're not only looking from people from outside, for level of entitlement. This is the entitlement pro max level that you can ever experience or witness anywhere. So let it be a lesson that as you're closing, as your
greed, like someone is giving you something the day, like I listened to something the other day and it made so much sense that you have people in your life who are only cheering you, who are only standing with you because of what they can benefit from you. The moment they cannot benefit anything from you, or they are cheering you because they are above you, the moment you rise above them, that day you lose every connection with them. They become your enemy. They become very jealous, spiteful, hateful, anything, any word you can think of. There are so many people like that. Yes. And I don't know how we can train children to be better people, or we can train ourselves. It starts from us, I would say. Yeah. Ourselves to be better individuals, to be honest.
Yeah, just watch your kids and train them too. As you're looking at that,
watch yourself.
Enemies are coming from outside to fight your kids. Watch them for the level of entitlement that they'll experience or express when their brothers and sisters actually make it in life. Let us not just put Project Mbappe in place. Let us put ourselves us also in place.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys for listening to us. And if anything comes up again, we are here to bring it to you guys. Until then,
Peace.
share, like, subscribe. See you in the next episode.